hello, and welcome to the Forum Podcast Halloween edition. This week I'm joined by the Devilish Dan, the Lurking Lewis, myself, the Living Dead Liam, and the Krampus himself, Casey.
Happy Halloween, guys!
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween.
What are you guys gonna do this Halloween?
A big nothing.
What day is this? Monday. I'm gonna work.
Nice. So exciting.
Yeah,
Which is terrifying in itself, because who wants to go to work?
Yeah, I'm thinking about dressing up as Heinz baked beans and just going for a walk down the street.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just going to work dressed as Heinz baked beans.
Yeah. What about you, Liam? What are you
What would
No.
you wear as your best Halloween costume, though? Ooh.
Is it too soon to go as a queen?
Zombified queen. Yes, it is definitely too soon.
So is
I
it gonna
mean-
be? Is it gonna be Angela Lansbury, the Queen, or Jeffrey Dahmer? What are
And,
the
and Hagrid. Hagrid.
And
is-
Hagrid? Yeah.
Or would you
Yeah.
go something like left field and go like Michael Jackson's like closet escaped child?
Well, that's good, but it needs too
Did
much.
that happen this year?
No, he's been dead a while, sadly.
I don't know if
Not-
you've known Casey. It's been news for I don't know. It was a few years ago.
Wait, Michael Jackson's dead?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. They finally got him.
It requires too much explaining. It's like I saw a group of guys, not in person, but like on TikTok or something, dressed up as like kids, like on electric scooters, driving away from somebody. And I was like, I didn't really get the joke, but then I saw they were being chased by Jimmy Savile.
Nice.
And then it kicked in. But it's like you can't have a sign around your neck saying, "I am the escaped closet child from Michael Jackson's," whatever.
Fair.
If you've got to explain the joke or the costume, it doesn't work.
But what if you're going around saying hee hee? Like
Shimon.
Then we just say, "Oh, it's Casey just walking down the street." Keep those kids away.
no, that would just be some guy barking randomly. So
Yeah, they might just think you're sort of mentally ill rather than having a good time. But
well,
A hella good time.
it's all about
So-
exactly. I was just gonna say, I am the man for a hella good time, so
mm,
it's kind of fitting.
I think you probably need to set the scene. I know it's kind of off topic, but tell us about Hell of a Good Time.
Oh man, like what do you want to know?
Just the first verse. So I'll
Starts
go
with-
in then. So basically,
well,
Casey's
the first verse is about me meeting Lewis. Baby, you look good.
Yeah.
Chorus.
That's actually not the first verse, Casey. It's when you're sitting by the lake.
what?
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that it?
is. Yeah. Well,
Wow.
it's
Oh, he's
after
got a
you.
ghostwriter.
It's after you turn up the radio. Wayo.
Wayo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you count that as a verse. That's like intro, right? So
No.
I guess
But then the first verse is when you're sitting by the lake. It's not
Yeah.
when you know.
I'm
Yeah,
So
sitting
for
me
by
those
that
who
that-
one.
don't know, Casey produces music, and Hell of a Good Time's one of his songs. So that's what that was about.
His only song.
No, there's two on there now.
There's a few. It goes back to the MySpace days.
Yeah, you gotta find. Actually, I tell you what, anyone out there, if you find my MySpace, it's gotta be out there. There's several music MySpaces that I had from like two bands and then my own music MySpace. If that's still up and you find it, link it in the comments.
I want it on
Yeah.
record that last year when they did the Spotify top songs you've played this year, Casey, do you remember what was number one for me?
That's true. That is what's that
Teletubbies.
song called again? Hold on. Was it it was a
think it's
Pat
when you-
Benatar song? Was it?
No, no, it was not. It was hella good time. It was
Hella good time,
By
yeah, it was.
our own podcast star, I think is the best thing to say, which is Casey.
I appreciate
Those
that.
listening need to check it out.
Did you just have it on repeat muted?
No, I
That's
won't
what I
even lie
did.
to you. I won't lie to you. I listened to that shit and I listened to it properly. It
That's
was
true.
when you're driving to work. It is a good song to have.
It is a good road song, a good feel good song too. I mean, I can't really
Yeah.
brag about my own stuff, but I appreciate
I mean,
that.
I'm not in a truck, and there's no one sitting shotgun.
Well, you are in a Ford, so
Yeah.
it
Can I
counts.
just point
Yeah.
out what is scary is the traffic safety that song doesn't promote.
Yeah, I mean, 2 feet on the dashboard. That's a way of. Well, I mean, let's be honest. That's going to kill your hips if the airbag goes off.
I mean, her legs are gonna be there
drink-
anyways at the end of the night. So
Yeah, I mean, drink driving can't really,
Yeah.
agree with that.
I like how that went over everyone's head, but all right.
It was
We get
hilarious.
it. We just didn't believe it.
I mean, yeah, 2 feet on the dashboard and drink driving are 2 things I cannot endorse. But my God, it is a catchy tune.
That is how you end up with quadriplegics, though.
Yeah,
Drive safe, kids.
yeah. Don't drink and drive.
And stay away from white lines.
Drive between the white lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it.
You know that song, if you actually sort of read it in a certain way, it could be sort of a serial killer. Like,
Here we go. I'm
Oh,
very
really?
curious. Yeah.
yeah, because the girl never responds, does she?
What was it? Was it Ted Bundy that found his first victims by a lake too, or was it? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
think
when
it
it
was
says
Jason Voorhees.
2 feet up on the dashboard, it's just feet.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, but then they'd fall off. Oh man, let's not get into this. So well, I mean, yeah, I could see. I mean, it's sort of like that thing. If you're looking for something, you'll find it.
Yeah. What's that song that is actually creepy? It's not.
A lot of
Is it Hell of a Good
songs.
Time?
No,
there's
it's
one that's
blurred lines. Blurred lines. It's like
Oh yeah,
Ro-
Blood
creepy,
Lines.
and there's
Yeah.
another one very serial killerish.
Oh, serial
Lucy in
killer.
the
Oh,
Sky with
Blurred
Diamonds.
Lines. Blurred Lines is a bit sexual assaulty.
It's not Turn Around. It's
Turn around.
no. It's a very famous one. It'll come to me. Put it in the comments if anyone
That one's
remembers
famous
it. But yeah, it's one where it's like a guy watching a woman. Maybe it
So
was
like
to be
half,
fair, when-
half of the '80s love songs.
Yeah.
When you look at Casey's lyrics, she actually jumps in. She doesn't actually get coerced. She doesn't get forced in. She goes in on her own volition.
Very
starts
important.
That's how it starts, Dan.
And then
Key-
she said, but then
key
she did
fact.
say, "Let's get lost in the woods," which
Mm.
it sounds
So
like she's
who's the serial killer
she's-
here? Yeah,
she's
yeah,
the serial
yeah,
killer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it.
Because
Yeah.
the memories were washed with moonshine. Is she trying to get you drunk?
Yeah.
She's a
Yeah.
bit of a Black Widow,
Yeah.
a Black Mamba.
Black
Yeah.
Widow, which is one of the costumes I wouldn't wear on Halloween.
I would. My God.
I don't think I'd pull it off.
I think you
I'd
pull
get-
it off.
I mean,
So,
if I
wait,
saw
wait.
her, I'd pull it off.
We skipped Dan's question. What
What would you
what-
dress up as on
would
Halloween?
you dress up as?
Casey, what would you dress up as?
I usually go as a hockey player that's been in a fight.
So basically, Michael Myers. No, not Michael Myers. Jason Voorhees with the hockey mask.
Or just
Yeah.
any hockey player?
No.
Just
'Cause
any hockey
honestly,
player, yeah.
so Jason. It's Jason. No. Yeah, you should go as that. What's the last thing I did? I went as a I'm trying to think. The last one I did was a hockey player. But I don't know if anyone has one. Go ahead. I'm trying
That
to think
sounds
of what I
scary.
would do this year.
Hockey players,
I-
terrifying costume to wear, Casey.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
You've got the idea of Halloween.
You should.
What about Lewis waiting in the wings in the silencer?
I
What, a
always,
vegetable or something? What's terrifying in Scotland?
I just always go Kim Jong Un every time.
You do look similar.
Yeah.
No,
I
no,
thought
but
you were
to be
gonna say he
honest-
goes a haggis. But
It's
alright.
the
No,
eyes.
no. I wouldn't ever disrespect the haggis. Never, ever. But no,
Like the Korean leaders.
yeah.
Fuck Korean leaders.
Yeah.
Specifically northern ones.
Nah, to be honest, it's better going as Kim Jong Un than going as one of these basic fucking 118, same shit every year. And then there was that. What was the other one? It was.
I
that,
feel called out here, but alright.
Oh, have you done that?
Oh,
Would
yeah,
you
the
guys-
hockey player.
Would you go as
Every
Harley
year.
Quinn with the tiny shorts?
Oh yeah, with the leggings as well.
I'd do you.
Oh,
Whoa.
yeah,
And then if you're wearing that costume, I'd do you. Happy Halloween.
Wow,
think
I
Lewis.
think I could pull a bishop or a pope off.
I'm sure you could.
Yeah.
You're a bit too old. A bit too old. Actually,
Yeah, I'm not
actually-
that type.
For those that don't know, me and Liam go. We go a bit back, a bit way back. Do you remember? I don't. Oh, I don't know if you remember. We went to a Halloween party when we were at college.
God.
You had a meerkat mask. I
Oh,
remember.
Oh
meerkat
God,
mask is good.
that's
Yeah,
so random.
that was a really good mask as well.
It was a good mask. I mean, I had a couple of photos actually taken with that wearing that.
Yeah.
Because I don't do dressing up. I'll be the first to admit. Even as a child, I was never one to dress up. But when I saw a meerkat mask, I was all over that shit. And
Oh,
if I see a hat, I'm all over that. I just won't wear a
Yeah.
costume.
I'm big on hats, but yeah.
it reminds me. In college, I went as the Jigsaw puppet, and I had the mask, and it was
Oh,
so
Oh,
good.
fuck me.
that is creepy. Did you ride
That-
a little tricycle out?
I did not ride a little I couldn't find a
He
tricycle.
got kicked out of all the local parks when he was asking kids if they want to play a game.
Exactly. It's like, can I
Would you
borrow
like
your
to play a
tricycle?
game?
And that's how I ended up on a list. So.
Yeah. That's a very good one because that's not difficult to do. You need like a little suit jacket,
No, that suit.
white makeup.
No, I
orange-
had a mask, so I didn't even need that.
Oh, easy.
Oh, right. Did you wear a wig to get the same hairstyle there? Because it got like quite long.
No,
back
the
then.
mask came with the wig. The
Alright.
wig came with the mask. Let's put it that way.
Oh, actually,
the
I
mask.
went to a fancy dress party once when I was like 12 or something, and I don't really like dressing up, as I've mentioned, but my mum was aware of this, and it was also a karaoke party.
Oh,
So she got me this long black wig and just went, just wear a black shirt and go as Ozzy Osbourne. So I just got some black sunglasses and this massive black wig and went as Ozzy Osbourne.
That's quite
And
easy
when
costume.
you're in
Did
year
you-
7, it's surprising that no one knows who Ozzy Osbourne is.
Yeah.
did you do the Sharon? You know?
Sharon.
To be fair,
all night?
I probably did.
Fucking lines in the
And
toilet.
then
Fucking yeah, snorting pants.
And then when we did karaoke, I sang nothing to do with Black Sabbath or Ozzy Osbourne. I remember singing.
Fucking.
I remember singing Guns N' Roses, and conveniently, a throwback to earlier in the podcast, I sang along to some Michael Jackson.
We were going to say hell a good time.
Yeah, his favorite song. He made sure they put it on that fucking thing.
Just the
No, I
first whistle.
sang. I sang Billie Jean. I sang Paradise City.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. What about you? What would you sing at a karaoke party? Let's say if there's a Halloween karaoke party, minus hella good time because we have our celebrity who sings that anyway. What would you guys sing? What would you guys sing?
I'd probably just scream as loud as I can.
I'd sing "Take on Me," but to add the horror to it, I'd slowly undress and just stare at somebody.
I mean,
I would.
Go on.
I wouldn't even. I'd bring my flute and shitty flute every song.
Oh,
Yeah, like the
I love
Titanic
it.
song.
Yeah.
For
Love
those
it.
that don't know, you need to go on YouTube and just type it. Is it actually shitty flute? or
Shitty
is
flute.
it-
It's shitty flute. Yeah.
So yeah, if you type in shitty flute and like Titanic song, and then listen to that, regret it, but then remember what we went on about, and you'll understand why Casey singing that song on karaoke would be the greatest thing ever.
Ever. Yeah.
I mean, if we were to, can you think of a Halloween song that you could have? So
You
obviously-
just want me to say David Pumpkins. That's all.
Oh, I did not think of David
Pumpkins.
Pumpkins. No, I wasn't. I was thinking Nightmare Before Christmas. If I'm honest.
Yeah, this is Halloween.
Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking singing like Oogie Boogie song or something. But David Pumpkins.
You could do
I
some
mean,
horror film like
There's-
theme
it's just-
tunes.
I mean, it's just dancing, really, and then saying a few lines. It's like when you do tequila at a karaoke party, you know?
Yeah.
Just,
Oh, that joke's not overdone at all.
nah.
Is it? Tequila.
Tequila.
Yeah, but then you follow up with a rendition of Pina Colada, and then you're pissed.
Yeah.
Or you could do it the other way.
Yeah. Oh, is there another song that you could add to that? Oh, I don't know now.
Basically anything from the white list.
Margaritaville?
Don't Stop Believing. What's that song
Margaritaville?
that British people love? Shout. Shout. I can't remember what it's called.
I mean, I've never heard of someone going, you know what, I really enjoy Lulu, shout. I mean,
I don't know that song at all.
we had Pina Colada, we had Tequila song, and then I said Margaritaville, and Casey says shout.
Is he?
I
No,
don't think he got the
You make
Does
me
it
want to
go-
shout. The Isley Brothers or Isley Brothers. I can't remember
Oh.
fucking
Yeah, but
butchering it.
I still say Lulu.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's like.
I mean,
Is
there's
it
also
still-
different versions of shout. There's Tears for Fears sang a song
Yeah.
called Shout. But No, I was going with alcohol-linked drinks because
Yep.
Halloween parties.
Oh, is that what
Yeah.
you need to do? Get drunk on Halloween?
I mean,
Meant to get
Is any-
sweets and money.
I
Sweets
was
I
gonna
mean,
say
I-
Friday is every Halloween.
I
man.
mean, I got drunk on the 25th of October, so you don't need
That's-
Halloween for that.
That's true.
Okay,
Head
since
of
it's
dove.
since it's Halloween, okay, I think it's only right that we do some trick or treating. So everybody needs to tell us a joke.
Ugh.
Oh man.
Your life.
Oh, I knew it was coming.
There we go.
That was savage, but shit. Let's go.
It's all right, guys.
Oh,
Don't all
man.
answer at once. Fucking hell. It's all right. We're
I-
doing a
honestly-
podcast, not like a sponsored silence.
Yeah, but fucking.
You put me on the. Let me think about it. Let's
It's
come
all right,
back to
guys.
that one.
I'll
Okay, come
stop
back.
and I'll mention stuff, and
I
I'll
mean,
just.
we're on the fucking spot here.
Go on then.
Well,
just anyone got a joke? If not, we'll come back to it. You've got half an hour to think.
I've already said mine.
Okay, go on then.
Well, I mean, I've already said it. It was your life.
Oh, that's such a shit
Oh.
joke.
Yeah, I know, right?
What
Yeah.
did the ghost friend say after we went missing in the foggy Scottish countryside?
What did the ghost friend say?
Where's
when he went-
Lewis?
After he went missing in the foggy countryside, he'll be missed.
Oh,
Miss.
man.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh,
That joke will not be missed.
I see what you did
Yeah.
there. That took me a while.
Not really. You
Any-
literally
any for you,
responded a
Casey?
millisecond.
Okay, I got one.
All right, go for it.
Because I've been drinking. Why did the ghost go into the bar?
Tell me why.
For the booze.
Does it need to be Halloween related?
No, I just googled Halloween jokes.
what?
Oh,
Why
okay.
How does ghosts and booze get like? Why
'Cause
did
ghosts
ghosts
say
go
boo.
Yeah, but why do they say boo? What
Because
is
they're
boo?
scary.
But boo's not like it's much more creepy if the ghost went, "I'm going to kill us all." Like
Oh,
that is
fine.
creepier.
Right. Where does a mummy go on vacation?
Egypt.
Wait, it's mummy. There's going to be a mother pun. No, I don't know.
It's the Dead Sea.
Nice.
Right.
There we go. That's it. I'm done. I've googled enough.
Okay,
Right.
if two vampires walk into the bar, the first one orders a glass of blood, and the second one orders like a mug of or like a cup of hot water. So the first vampire looks at the second one and basically just says, "What the fuck are you doing? Are you not having blood?" And the second one pulls out a used tampon and says, "Nope, I'm having tea."
I like that one. That's a good image.
That's a good one.
Keeping on the theme of vampires, what is it like to be kissed by a vampire?
What?
Don't know how to answer that.
Me neither.
It's a pain in the neck.
Oh man. All right, here's mine. Yeah, go ahead, Liam.
I was going to say it'd be better if you said snog a vampire, because kiss, I just think of a little, chaste kiss, but
It could be a little peck on your neck.
Go on then, Casey.
All right, a dyslexic man walks into a bra.
Okay, we've moved away from the Halloween jokes at this point. We're just looking up dad jokes.
We're bringing
I
it
just
back
wanted my one and done.
We're bringing it back to the dwarf jokes, aren't we?
Oh God, no!
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Pandora's box of dwarf jokes has been opened.
No.
Dan's come out like the girl from the ring.
That's Dan's
I wonder what would happen, like, because obviously we were talking in the past about Elon Musk and people sending shit to space, but I wonder what would happen if you sent a werewolf to the moon.
Oh, I like that.
Well,
I mean, because it needs to be a full moon.
It's always full moon on the right
it's
side
always
of the
full,
Earth.
isn't it? There's no clouds in the way.
But what is it that makes a werewolf turn? Is it the full? Is it the moon? The amount of moon? Because just by proximity, he'd be a werewolf all the time anyway.
Yeah.
But all you would see is the moon, like, really, if he was on the wolf. If he was on the moon.
Yeah, but that poses the question: if it's a full moon and a werewolf goes underground, does he stay a werewolf?
Oh.
Because technically the moonlight's not hitting him.
And it is the radiance of the moon. And yes, I did Google that.
in Harry Potter logic, I think you have to see the moon.
Is that true though?
Yeah, because Remus Lupin in the third book turned after he left the house. Like it was nighttime, and he left the Shrieking Shack, and then he became a werewolf.
Yeah, but did he leave before it was officially a full moon?
That's what I don't know. Is there a time element to this?
Hmm.
Okay,
think-
The thing is, oh, go on.
So throughout history, the moon, specifically a full one, has been connected to madness, and it's been documented that many people change their behavior changes a bit. That the moon affects us when it's more
Yeah.
full and
know.
everything. So that's where
I-
it came from.
I know quite a few women that turn into werewolves at that time of the month.
I knew you liked them, Harry.
And that's the podcast cancelled.
Misogyny.
I mean, let's be honest. If we were cancelled, it would have been the last episode.
Any episode, to be
Any
honest.
episode at
episode,
this
yeah.
point.
So,
I've got one more joke before we move on.
Okay.
So why couldn't the ghost see its mum and dad?
Oh God.
because they were transparent.
Yes, indeed.
Oh,
I
God.
got it.
Wow, that's just like a is that a trans joke? Are we okay with that?
We're really cancelled. So apart from Werewolves on the Moon, which is a great fucking album name or a film
Oh, I
title,
do like that. Yeah, Hair Werewolves on the
I
Moon.
bet that's already taken though. But what would be a good horror film sort of plot? You know, what would be?
I think Iron Sky did a pretty damn good job with that.
Yeah, but they
Iron
could
Sky.
have gone full horror.
True.
those
Wait.
two-
What's Iron Sky?
The one with the Nazis on the moon.
Okay, you're
But-
gonna have to explain that for the people that don't know what it is.
It's a film. There are Nazis on the moon.
So you know the theory about the Nazis escaping
Wow.
to the moon and living on the dark side?
No.
Okay. Well, so you know how at the end of World War II, Nazi Germany sent a bunch of SS officers, gold and all that shit to Argentina and to the south, and they also think they're in Antarctica. Well, some people think because of the space technology they were working on, they went to the dark side of the moon as well. And so Iron Sky plays on that the Nazis are on the dark side of the moon, and then they finally get to a point where they can come back to Earth and take it over. So that's the gist of it. And there's dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
they-
you sold me now. I've had dinosaurs.
Because it also has Hollow Earth theory in it. So
it is a good, like, ridiculous film, but
yeah.
it is like just it's comedy basically. There's no,
Yeah.
there's nothing redeemable about it. But they
Not-
could have,
No.
they could have done a horror film. They could have,
They
made
could
that
have,
horror
yeah, easily. I mean, the whole reptilian thing was also pretty
film. Yeah,
horror.
I think it'd be
Go on.
crazy if you had so like every occasion that's good could have the potential to be bad. So for example,
So life.
at Christmas, Santa was actually a serial killer, and the Tooth Fairy was actually a murderer. And also on your birthday, when you make a wish, you have a potential that that it does the opposite and makes everything worse.
I
So it
think that
brings in the-
exists already, Lewis.
Fucking hell, really?
Yeah, because you
No
say
way.
those things, and I feel like I've seen that before
Is that
or
real
heard
life?
of it.
No,
Not.
no,
means-
I've never seen it. But if that exists, then fuck.
I'm sure it must in some, maybe not all together, but I'm sure
Mm.
there's like
I mean, the Christmas, the Father Christmas thing is kind of like Krampus. That was a good horror film.
I've seen Krampus.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
but
think
that's
I've seen like
legit,
the Danish
isn't it?
version.
Well, not.
Well, it's a documentary.
No, the Krampus celebration is legit.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
that sense.
Yeah, we'll save the talk of Netherlands Christmas traditions for the Christmas episode. That's a horror
Something
show,
to look
so
forward to for our listeners.
I think that if that's not when we get cancelled, I don't know when it is, to be honest.
You know, it'd be an interesting way to bring that up too, is to do the was it his name Russell Brand? Not what did it? Where he went in England and he basically read the story to random British people, and they were just like appalled by by everything, you know.
If you ask
I
me,
mean, it probably wouldn't be England because our best Christmas songs is about people drunk in New York hating each other and calling themselves different names.
So basically, what New York is now.
Pretty much.
yeah. But, well, whatever horror films, hypothetical horror films, can anyone come up with?
Ooh,
I've got a few. I'd like to change some like kiddie stuff. Oh god, that sounds dodgy. I'd like
like
children's,
Barney was a real dinosaur and he'd fuck up the kids that were on his
Yeah.
show.
just eat the kids, or like Winnie the Pooh, but it's like they all kill each other
Oh,
off or eat
That's
each other.
becoming a real thing.
Mhm.
So since they sold off the rights to Winnie the Pooh, they are now making a horror film of Winnie the Pooh, which is called it was Winnie the Pooh.
It's called China.
Is it
I think I
Blood and
found it.
Honey?
Blood and Honey, yeah.
And I saw the trailer, and it doesn't show you what Winnie the Pooh will look like, but it looks like a B movie horror film. And I'm a fan of a horror film. I will not lie to you. I am buzzing to watch that film because it looks fucking insane.
My only worry is
I don't like horror films. I like
Well,
sleeping.
not a single actor there has a Wikipedia page, so
Again, it's like a B
It's
movie,
gonna be
so
like a
it's
B movie,
super low budget.
I think we say C movie at this
Ah.
point.
But when you say they haven't got a Wikipedia or whatever, do you not remember when we went to see Paranormal Activity when we were youngins?
yeah, that's true. All those were sort of no-name actors.
Yeah,
They
but that
basic-
plays on the unknown. You know, that's when a movie's good, when it leaves imagination to do
That's
the
it,
work.
yeah, you
But
probably
it
see
also makes it more terrifying when you're walking at when you're 16 and you're walking through a very terrifying part of town to get from one cinema to the other at about 10 at night when God knows what's going on in the streets.
yeah,
Your neighborhood.
right.
It wasn't even a neighborhood. It was like it was the dodgiest place you could have walked through as a group of 16-year-olds.
I'm pretty sure like hepatitis is your biggest enemy there.
It wouldn't have been hepatitis. It would have been something else.
Yeah, the things you do when you're young and dumb. I think we missed a showing at like the Odeon. To be honest, we probably didn't even miss a showing. We were probably just 5 minutes late.
I think so. Yeah. Either we missed it or it was sold out. And then we went to. They said they literally announced in the cinema, this is either sold out or if for those wanting to watch it, Cineworld is also showing the film if you can get there in the next hour or something. And we'd made our way into town as a bunch of 16-year-olds. We paid for our travel tickets and whatnot. So we thought, fuck it, we've had an evening. Let's carry this evening on.
Mhm.
And we went to watch it, and we knew nothing about the film really, except the trailers where it's like, oh, the scariest film ever made, blah 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 blah. And we watched the film. We were a bit worried about the film. And then, we had to walk home in pitch black through very deserted areas of town. We took a few wrong turnings. It started raining. It was a good night.
Yeah, we just about made
Did
it
you
home. I
sleep?
think
We didn't die.
we didn't sleep for a week.
Yeah.
No. I think in those sort of scenarios, it's always you're freaking each other out. Like there's nothing actually going on. It's just like one of you's a bit panicky, and then it sort of spreads. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things.
Well, I think those films are good to watch in a group because you had, I don't know if you remember, but in the cinema you had people, actually like reacting
Freaking
to
out, yeah.
parts of the film. So then it made it more scary because you knew that people were going to react to it. And, it's like comedy when you're with a group of people and they find something funny, you'll also laugh with them.
Yeah.
It's like horror film. If they find it scary, you'll also find it scary because their reaction might make you, a bit
You
on
hate
edge.
me because I laugh at everything. So
Oh yeah, you're like an American.
yeah.
Oh, that's that
Oof.
geography gone. Right, okay.
Yeah.
We've lost the
Lost
American
all that-
audience.
lost all- yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe they just said that.
I thought of a good one. So following on from the Winnie the Pooh thing, a Mr. Rogers sort of
Oh
neighborhood.
god.
neighborhood
Oh
one.
no, because it'll be like Jimmy Savile on that one. Everyone
Yeah.
thought he was a nice guy. Oh
God,
god.
Yeah, you just sort of make him a
Sorry,
serial killer.
sorry. This is the perfect time to interject with Queef of the Week.
My anaconda. My anaconda. My anaconda.
Damn, I'm not gonna lie.
Jesus.
Mr. Rogers will be proud.
That was breathtaking.
I think
Yeah.
that one was haunted. Jesus.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I can't wait to experience that one on Halloween.
So I've got a hypothetical. I put this to Lewis about a year ago. It probably was last Halloween. I put this to Lewis. It was when I was like moving up here, moving near Lewis.
Yeah.
And I said to him, "What would you do if when I moved here, I would dress up like Jack the Ripper and follow you around, like with the cape. Like,
Hold on. Nobody knew what Jack the Ripper looked like.
No,
right?
like your what you imagine.
Cliche look.
Yeah, the cliche look with the red lined sort of cape and the top hat. And Lewis just said, "Oh, I'd phone your parents," and I said, "What would you do if they turned up like dressed as Victorian and followed me around?" We all just followed Lewis around town.
Yeah, I still don't know what I'd do, to be fair.
Well, you know what? That sounds like something we should do when I come visit.
Oh,
I mean, I was going to say Lewis shouldn't be worried because Jack the Ripper killed a load of prostitutes, but then I realised he probably should be a bit worried.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans. Big Juicy Toes 404.
Butterfly Kisses 69.
yeah, only $3 for the next month.
Ripper of
Happy-
Jack 69.
That sounds like a ripper.
Oh, that's going to be a horror film, isn't it? Like, there's probably one already similar, but it's going to be
Jack
like
being ripped.
No, that's a porn film. Last I checked. No, it'd be like an OnlyFans girl gets sort of bloody stalked. That'll be a horror film. I guarantee it.
So pretty much
it's
all
probably-
of them, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, pretty much, except minus the OnlyFans. It's just blonde with big tits gets killed.
Amaranth, I think, was it Amaranth? I don't know. I was watching something, and some girl that's on OnlyFans as well as Twitch was getting she was talking about how this guy would rent a hotel room like down from her like apartment and would just wait for her to come outside, basically.
So every Twitch girl ever.
Yeah, that sounds like my Amaranth.
Yeah,
You
I am.
oh no, Casey,
Did you
where were
see the
you?
look of concern when you were looking through a window? Cancelled.
I mean, shit, man. Like, where do you get the money to do that shit? You know what I mean? Like, fuck.
Yeah,
I
but yeah.
She accepts my subscriptions, and now I've got to buy a hotel room.
It's just another restraining order to add to the pile at the end of the day.
Pretty
Framed
much.
on the wall.
Yeah, it was Amaranth, but yeah, it sucks. Sucks
Yeah.
to be in the spotlight like that. I
You
think it was
gotta-
like
I don't
Taylor
know.
Swift. I knew one of the security guards for Taylor Swift, and he was telling me like she has like an endless list of stalkers, and one of them is actually like a pretty established person, like a doctor who does
Yeah,
what you
knee
would call that?
surgery.
a doctor that does plastic surgery. There we go. That does plastic
know.
surgery in Florida.
Was she
That-
one of his patients?
I don't think Taylor Swift is done. I mean, obviously, I've never spoken to her about it, but
The crazy thing is that guy could literally work on himself and just keep coming back. This is
Yeah.
a new guy.
yeah, he's got money. You're fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I
There's
thought
a-
you meant he could put plastic surgery on himself with
Oh,
like
man.
different disguises.
Yeah,
that's
Alright, yeah.
true. I mean, how much work can you do in yourself before you can't do it anymore? It's like irreversible.
quite a few of the James Bonds had that in. Like even the first James Bond, it was about like
Face
them
off.
or face off. Yeah, getting plastic surgery to like come back to fight your
Yeah,
nemesis.
but how fucking legit is that?
No,
We're talking
not-
about.
yeah.
Well, I mean, of all the documentaries, James Bond is probably the more difficult one too.
There's a James Bond where he gets plastic surgery to look Japanese.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I know it was a
God.
Mission Impossible that also had the.
Did they have that as well?
I think so. They had like he could change. I don't know.
Yeah, but this is 60s. You can imagine what they did. They gave him like Vulcan eyebrows and like
They definitely got a
it's
little bit away. They got away with a lot more back then. Yeah.
yeah. But that film could not get made today.
So I like how those films can't be made, but a film about like a serial killer preying on teenage children is okay to be shown on any streaming site. So like you've got on Disney Plus, you've got even like animated Disney Disney shows. You've got like, oh, this depicts smoking. Make sure you're all okay with that. And then you've got like Friday the 13th, and bearing in mind they do have the disclaimers, but it's a bit different to smoking and murdering with a machete. And it's like
One's healthier.
give it 10 years. and it'll be like, oh, this shows someone eating meat. Be careful.
You can always go too far with regulation, can't you? It's
Yeah,
just,
but where do you draw the line? You know?
well, it's up to society to decide, doesn't it? But
To just grow a pair.
there's always going to be a swing. There's always going to be a swing back, isn't there? And then it'll swing back the other way. But yeah, but it does seem stupid. Like you can't show smoking, but they've got American Horror Story, people getting cut up or chainsawed in half or whatever. It's like, well,
Oh, yeah, that's just biology, right? And anatomy.
Yeah, they're learning.
Yeah, they're learning.
So does anybody actually believe in ghosts or anything spooky, supernatural?
I have an interesting theory.
Go on then. See if the
At the risk of sounding extremely fucking at the risk of sounding extremely weird or stupid.
We're used to it.
So I think that when people talk about like feeling ghosts and just paranormal.
Sorry,
you do it up. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
When people talk about feeling ghosts and paranormal activity and stuff like that, I honestly think that might be different timelines in the universe, stretching through each other. If that makes any sense,
Casey,
like parallel universes.
Casey, I want to stretch through you.
So yeah,
yeah. I mean, we don't know, physics, do we? So
no,
it could be anything.
I mean, I don't because if there were ghosts, why are there not ghosts of animals that have died?
Oh,
So let's say a
But there
family. Well, I mean, a family has a dog, and the dog dies. You don't see the dog haunting the house. Why is it always people?
no, you have those stories about dogs on animals haunting as well.
I mean, they're not as famous, so it makes me think. I mean, but because bear in mind, most. I mean, I say most. It's because they're most publicized. But most hauntings come from like the US, and you think if you were to have, a load of hauntings, you'd think, well,
no, doesn't Japan have a big haunting?
I mean,
culture too?
They're big about like all the horror films, but like Americans, like house prices will go down if someone suggests there's been a haunting in that house. And you think if there's going to be hauntings, why would it be in one of the youngest countries? Well, not anymore, but it's still quite an adolescent country, and not like, I mean, the UK has some haunted places and blah blah blah.
I have a simple answer to that, Dan. It's because America has space, Europe doesn't. So if you say a house is haunted in Europe, then that's out of question,
I mean, the US are more, what's the word? Not spiritual, but I guess they're more. Not a lot, not all of them, but then.
But then Mexico, come on, Mexico's bigger in that than.
Well, Mexico has Day of the Dead. They actually do believe in that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's countries that are very spiritual, but they don't really. Like lots of Asians have like river ghosts and river spirits and shit like that, but they don't. If you ask them, do you believe in this? It's like yes, but it's like I don't believe that the ghost is going to come get me at night. But I don't know. Americans, it's like the UFO phenomena as well. It's like if you look at all the reported sightings of UFOs, it's like nothing. Oh, 1950s America, boom.
Yeah.
And then it starts spreading places where American culture is.
And also, if an alien can reach the Earth, surely they can take photos of the Earth, not under the clouds.
Yeah, but my argument against that, just for that, you'll have various types of, like how governments have different ways of dealing with things. I imagine aliens would also have that. Like, one would be more of a, let's not fuck with their ecosystem, while another person's like, all right, let's go abduct one. Like. So.
I mean, the reason I don't massively believe in either is basically as better digital recording equipments become more and more available, there's less and less footage of these things.
Yes.
Less and less clear footage.
Yeah.
Like Loch Ness Monster. Which,
yeah. Where's Nessie?
Exactly. Lewis, tell us, where's Nessie?
Where have you hidden
my
her?
trousers.
Well, it doesn't exist.
No, it's huge. No, but to be honest, I don't believe in ghosts either. To be honest, I think ghosts are a lot of shit. I really don't believe in it. I think that If you think of that, the amount of bad people that have been on this earth, like Hitler and worse, killers, people who have slaughtered people, and then you don't really hear that much about ghost stories. But if you could imagine, Hitler was that bad as a person. It's not like he's going to turn into a ghost and be like, ah, fuck it, I'll just kind of mess with one person. You know, he'd be out to get everyone.
It's
And,
because he's on the dark side of the moon, so
Yeah,
he's not dead yet.
the ghost can't reach us from there.
Yeah, no.
By the way,
I know what you
Hitler's Ghost would be a great horror film. Like just like you're haunted, and maybe you're making friends with the ghost.
That's
or whatever,
gotta be a movie.
and then you figure out it's Hitler.
That's gotta be like a B budget movie already.
There was a really good, I wouldn't call it B budget, B sort of film, but there was a really good film called, I think in English it translates to He's Back, but it was about Hitler coming back, just literally teleporting from 1945 and
That's
like
crazy.
coming back. And it was sort of like one of these sort of, that's got a lesson, but it's sort of like, be careful about populism. It sort of came out after Trump and Brexit and stuff. But they literally, I think they made Hitler chancellor again. Like he had like people thought he was joking. Like, oh, it's a stand-up comedian, doing this joke. And then it's like, oh, what if he ran for, chancellor? Wouldn't it be funny if he won? And I think he ends up winning, or he ends up becoming the mayor or something.
That's like Trump.
Yeah, but it's a really good sort of. It's like he forms this relationship with the guy that finds him, and he sort of helps him, like because he thinks it's funny. He's like his producer, and it's sort of their relationship at the end. Him realizing, oh, you're literally Hitler. But it's quite a good film. I wouldn't say it's a B movie. It's got one of the better sort of Hitler. They have like this circle of Hitler reenactors in Germany that they pull out, for Downfall and that.
Yeah, they vote. Okay, you're gonna be doing Hitler because we don't want to do too much. So.
It's your turn.
It's your turn.
They pull short straws.
No, I don't know about the ghost thing. I think
not to be that guy, but the guy that played Hitler in Downfall wasn't actually German.
Was he not? Was he Austrian?
He was Swiss.
Oh, that's the other Austrian. So.
Where do you think all the Nazi gold?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that in Argentina and Antarctica.
Yeah. I think we already talked about on air about the Polish treasure hunters.
We did. Okay,
I won't cover it again. But there's Nazi gold still out there, guys.
Of course, there's every type of fucking treasure still out there if you think about it.
Yeah, think of all these Spanish ships that went to South America, filled up literally.
Yeah,
their entire holds full of silver and gold, and then just sunk. It was
some
like a
fish.
Yeah.
Fish down there, fucking partying their ass off.
There was a Tintin film about that.
Oh,
underrated film, I'd have to say.
I had problems.
I mean, not about Nazi gold, about like just lost treasure. But
yeah, I had problems with like the frame rate. I think the animation sort of made me feel weird. I don't know. It was good.
I thought it was a very, 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 very good film. I enjoyed it a lot.
That's my sort of film that I like. I like the Goonies, that sort of thing, where there's buried treasure or treasure that you've got to get.
I got a load of Tintin comics, I guess, as a child, and never read them because I just wasn't interested. As soon as the film came out, I was like, shit, I probably should read them. Tried to find them. My mum was like, oh yeah, I've got rid of them because you didn't like them. I was like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Did she sell them? Because I bet they ended up being worth money in the end.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she might have given them to a charity shop. I don't know.
Oh god.
She burned them.
Like I had a lot of them as well. I just never read them. Like literally, I never even opened them. I got them for like Christmas or whatever. Didn't touch them.
So you're probably sitting on a gold mine and just burned it. Well, give it to charity.
Well, I wouldn't say Tintins are massively,
unopened Tintin comics. I don't know.
I don't want to. Literally, I looked up strange Tintin facts just now, and I was just looking. I was just looking through them, and literally the first one is it's kind of interesting. Tintin visited the moon before Armstrong, and I was just reading, and if you had one of those, it would sell for €100,000.
Did you? I mean, this is throwback to school times. Did you go to the school trip to Bruges?
I did, yeah, and we bought beer, didn't we?
You probably went a different year to me then.
Could have done. I don't know, but we definitely.
Okay, because we saw there was a Tintin museum there as well, and I was like, yeah, I probably should pay attention to this thing, and then never did.
I went to a lot of school trips to Belgium. How do you pronounce it?
Ypres.
Bruges, Brussels. Yeah.
Bruges was at the school that we both went to.
Yeah.
But they went 2 different years, and I went on the second one.
Okay. Yeah, I remember buying beer at least one year. But yeah, it was good. Not a lot of respect. Like I remember, like somebody hopped on to give us like a tour or whatever of like the World War One sites, and just everybody talking over it, and you're like, oh god, it's just so. No wonder we got a bad reputation in Europe, the English and the British in general.
Nah, this was a Christmas trip, and they just went, "Here's Bruges, enjoy, and then we'll see you in 4 hours."
Yeah, Christmas market, and yeah, maybe that's when I got beer. I can't remember, but yeah, no, those were good trips. I think Belgium gets a bad rap, to be honest. I think it's
their roads get a bad rap.
Well, they got notorious roads, have they?
Oh man, yes.
It's
like
say
flying. It's flying in the
nightmare.
Netherlands as soon as you, as soon as you cross the border. It's like your car's suspension issues everywhere.
I was just trying to bring it back to the Halloween theme.
Yeah, they're horrible.
Speaking of which, what would you do?
Okay, with the
if you were locked, if you were locked in a legit haunted house.
Haunted in what way? Are we talking ghosts?
You mean now you're gonna believe in ghosts because it's legit haunted?
All right, so it's ghosts and not like you're in a house full of serial killers or whatever.
What would you do? What would you do if you were locked in? Yeah,
I'd probably poo myself first.
Yeah.
I'd probably unlock it.
You can't.
Can you not just jump out?
Fucking smarty pants.
Kick down the door.
You can't.
I don't know. Okay, then
if you do it, then another door appears.
I'll probably find the smallest place, sit in the corner, and just cry.
Cry silently so they can't find you.
I'd just whip Twitch open and just start recording.
Hey guys, currently in a haunted house.
At least you make money off it, yeah.
Yeah, you're like hiding in a corner. You're like, guys, don't make a sound. And then someone tips and says, this streamer, sucks dick.
Just starts playing text to speech. Come again.
How would it change your mind psychologically if somebody said, all right, you're gonna be stuck in this haunted house for a whole day and night?
It depends if we believed in ghosts, of course. It depends what the reputation of the house was. Do you know what I mean? If people were getting killed there every 7 years, I would stay there on and off year. Do you know what I mean? But
but he has a point. So basically someone approaches you and says, "This is an old house." Doesn't say anything about the history. It's an old house. Are you willing to stay here for a day and a night? So you'd have to be there for 24 hours. There's no TV, no internet connection, nothing. It's just you and that house, and let's say you can have a camcorder to record it.
Yeah.
Do you that's gone.
And I'm gonna fucking take it next level. And they leave you with the only information saying the people show up at 7 p.m.
I mean, you don't even have to say it and just say the rumors are it's haunted. Because if it's an old house, anything will creak because water pipes, heat and stuff.
I'll fucking creak.
Night. So will I with my knee. But any creak and you'll shit yourself. And then even if you don't believe it, your mind will still say, "But what if?"
Yeah.
And it will be the longest day and night. Like you will freak the shit out at night, no matter what.
People are fine during the day. I don't think anyone sees a ghost during the day, do they?
No.
You can.
Yeah, but it's not really scary, is it?
I mean, it'd be less visible.
Darkness is the scary part, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you can't see or really make out what you thought you see. It's kind of the unknown. If you see something but you don't know what it is or you can't make it out, then it's an issue. But if you saw a ghost in real life, yeah, you'd be shitting yourself through the day. But there's some comfort about the fact that it's light. And also the fact that you know it was a ghost because you saw it in the light. Sometimes, like, I don't know, if you got the lights out in your room and there's like a fucking, I don't know, like
The
when I was
coat,
younger,
yeah.
a coat or a fucking dressing gown in the corner of the room. And as a kid, I remember I used to see that and thinking, "Fuck, I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna stay under the cover. I'm gonna breathe
when you leave
as
your hoodie
quiet
on
as I
your chair
can."
at night.
Yeah.
Mm.
I
Breathe
mean,
as quiet as you can. Shit scared till the morning. Yeah.
But
Ha-
that's what's actually happening when people think they see a ghost, isn't it? There's just like a human outline, and it's our sort of prey brain going. There's something. There's something trying to hunt me, or there's another human trying to.
I
Oh
thought,
me.
I
no!
thought you
Oh
said,
no! Stop humping.
I thought you said humping me. Yeah. Have
Hunt.
any of you had? I mean, I don't know if any of you guys believe in it. I think we just covered that we basically don't. But have you seen anything that you think is a ghost?
Yes.
Go
No.
on,
Are you
Casey.
would you be willing to expand on that?
Well, I'll say it later because I think we're gonna ask about the creepiest thing that's ever happened to you when you were alone. And
Well, let's go into it. Go into it now.
Okay, no.
Okay.
Before we go into that, I just have a question since we're talking about haunted houses.
Okay.
Would you rather stay in
Okay.
would you rather stay in the haunted house for the night that you mentioned, or would you rather sleep in a graveyard in a tent in the middle, but you have no idea if it's haunted or but the house is haunted?
I'm taking my chance in the graveyard.
No graveyard as well.
Yeah.
But my only issue is no plumbing. How long am I in said tent?
Yeah. Shit in the woods.
It's okay,
fine.
Angela Lansbury.
No,
Gas gets
it's
there.
just a night in both, But
So-
the thing is, there
Well-
might just be one haunted spirit in the house, but there could be fucking 50 in the graveyard.
Yeah,
So,
but I
So
feel like you can escape
are we
easier.
saying I could take a dump in a house, then go in the tent for the night, or do I have to have my evening dump?
Man, that'd be your longest dump ever.
I mean, I am not having a dump outside.
I
am no.
don't know, man. If I feel safer outside than I do inside. If I don't know why, but it's just maybe.
Guarantee. It's a
Yeah.
I feel like
guaranteed
if you're-
haunted house.
if you're outside though, somebody might hear you screaming and shouting and try to come and help you. But if you're inside and you're locked away, then you're kind of on your own.
I mean,
Or they're getting off on it.
Just watching through the binocs, furiously masturbating.
I like when they scream.
No, I think the house, like, because especially if it's an old house, like you're just gonna fall down some like trap door, or you're gonna end up in the basement or in the attic, and then you're just done for. Whereas I feel like outside you can probably escape a bit better. You can flag someone down, and also it's not a guaranteed chance of running into a ghost. So I think the graveyard is the safe bet.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, you can go on to what you were going to go into.
Right, so the question is, what's the creepiest thing that's ever happened while you were alone? I was jerking off, and no, I'm kidding.
And my mum
No.
woke up.
Oh fuck!
Oh no!
Oh,
He was jerking on
fuck,
your
dude.
mum, yeah?
Oh my god! No! So
Right. This is not a. I mean,
this is supposed to be scary related, huh? So
Okay,
please
so-
don't tell me
no,
shit
no,
that's
no,
gonna
no,
get you on a list.
no. This was more of a jump scare than like a long term. What the hell was that? So this is probably for the UK viewers. Have we ever listeners? I'm assuming you guys have played Manhunt, right? Not the video
Yeah.
game, but the game where you
Yeah, yeah.
play like
Physical game, yeah.
out and about. Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
like
so-
cops and robbers?
Kind
No,
of.
Kind of.
So basically, you all get in the bath together. And,
It's basically I don't know, hide and seek and tag.
Yeah, it's like Bulldog, but longer, and generally like down side streets and over a bigger area, sort of thing.
So
this,
where
yeah, this is very English, but I'll tell you the Scottish version after. But yeah, go for it.
so basically you hide, and then when you find someone you chase them, and then that's basically it. So I mean, Liam will probably know this because we go a bit back. So where my parents used to live, there was a massive field behind the house, and there was like family friends came round, and they had like my mum and dad's friends came round, and they had 2 kids that were like me and my brother's age. So we thought we'll play Manhunt, and it was midnight. We'd all watched a horror film, which we all never did ever. but because our parents were there and we were allowed to stay up late, and it was pitch black, we thought, "Fuck it, we'll watch a horror film." I can't remember.
It's funny
what it
how
was.
kids are the same everywhere, but yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, like I can't remember what it was, but I just remember there was a lot of murder, and a lot of blood, and I would have been like 9, maybe.
That's when it started.
Pretty much, yeah. So that's for my bloodlust. So basically, we played Manhunt on the condition that the people that have to hunt, basically they wait in the house, and then the people that are to be hunted go into the field and hide in there, and the team that are searching have one torch. Or flashlight for those in the US. And basically, we went into this field, and a lot of it was like overgrown. So we walked around the bit with the path, and we saw nothing. So we went in the overgrown bit, and as we were walking through, I kicked something and tripped over. And when I looked back, honestly, after I saw this horror film, I genuinely thought it was a dead body in the field, and I freaked the fuck out, thinking, "Oh my god, I've just kicked a dead body." And it was essentially just this guy's brother just got up and just started legging it through this field. And I'm not gonna lie, I must have given him like a 20-second head start, because I'm pretty sure I shit myself almost literally. Because when you've seen that film and you kick something just crouching in the tall grass right next to you, not moving, oh my god, I've never been so terrified as when I thought I kicked a dead body in a field.
That's beautiful.
So just that's a beautiful story. To be honest, I'd be shit scared as well. But yeah, just to go on to what we're talking about Manhunt, to actually explain what Manhunt really is. So the way we play it is we used to play this in school. So basically, two teams, based on the size of the teams, you decide what the word is. So we used to play it with a word. So if there's 5 people, well, say in fact, if there's 4 people, the word could be a 4-letter word. So it might be like, I don't know. Why am I struggling to think of 4-letter words?
You're on the spot now. Come on.
Have. It could have been have. Okay, it could have been have. So anyway, or cock. Yeah, let's say cock.
Thank you.
So maybe your word would be cock and his word would be dick. The other team's word would be dick. So basically, one team would go and like you would all run for about a minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes, and you would hide or get away or whatever. And then what you had to do is you had to find the other team, and then beat them up enough, like torture them enough that they would give you the letter that they had. So each individual person would have a letter. And then once you got every single 4 people's letter, 4 people beaten up enough that they would give you the letter, you would win because you would know their word. And that was what we called Manhunt, not hide and seek in the dark.
My God, Scotland sounds violent.
Yeah, it's a much more cultured country, much more civilized.
So I thought that story was going another way, but
oh no, this was family friends at like the age of 9. This is not gonna.
Dan beats a child to death.
I would have been 9, so I was the youngest out of all of them. So I would have been killed.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to like run into a cow or a horse or something and just get absolutely.
No. I kicked a human, just not a dead one. Maybe I did die, and I'm just contacting you from beyond the grave.
The grave. I think mine was like my aunt and uncle used to run a pub, like one of these really old ones, you know, with the Victorian beams and all that, and you know, just proper fireplaces and all that.
A British pub.
A proper British pub.
Proper British.
But it was very, very upper class, like the people that turn up, just because of the era it was in. And they always said it was haunted, and you know, the village was haunted, and the pub as well was haunted. And you know, it's one of those things of that you sort of hype it up and you think about it a lot, especially when you're a kid. So I must have been really young, like. But actually, probably around Dan's age, to be honest. Maybe a bit younger.
Well, how old I am now?
Dan in the story, not Dan now.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, they hyped up and they, you know, told me all these things like, oh, he wears a top hat, you know, he's got a white face, you know, he's all dressed Victorian and all that. And I was sleeping over for some reason. I can't remember why, but I was sleeping over and they basically converted the top 2 floors to like to bedrooms and like a little office. It might have been Christmas actually. I feel like it was probably Christmas. We used to sort of close it all down and have Christmas dues, family Christmas dues, and I think just like I got to the top of the landing and I looked out into the road, and it's almost like the village square, like it's got an old Victorian sign, and there's a bit of greenery, and it sort of separates the two roads, the road into the village and the road out. And it was like a split second where I just thought, my brain was just like, oh, that's a person, similar to like the coat on the door, on, you know, or hanging on your door frame or whatever. Your brain just goes, oh, that's a person. And it just looked like somebody with a top hat and like a white face. And it was, you know, those times where you get a kick of adrenaline, like where you're sleepy and then you like, I don't know, like
Woken up suddenly.
But it's like worse than that. Like when you scratch your car, or like when you're tired and you scratch your car, or when you make a really bad mistake, like at work, you like delete production or whatever, or you do something stupid and suddenly it's like, I'm awake, I'm like, my adrenaline's pumping, I'm like, you know, ready to do anything. It was like that for a split second where it's just like, like, you know, just a feeling of dread and like total adrenaline. And then it's like you double take and you go, oh, it's absolutely fine. You know, there's nothing there. And then I just like went to bed just wide as anything, you know.
Yeah, of course.
But I think that's probably the most scared. Actually, no, there's definitely not safe for work times I've been scared, but I probably can't tell them.
Yeah.
That's the most
They're not
scary.
I didn't see anything on the blacklist.
That's the most traditional. Oh, that's a ghost type scared I've been. I've been scared of like, you know, smackheads in general, and you know, people, you know, just dodgy people. I'm more scared of that than I am scared of, you know, things that go bump in the night, I'd say. But what about you, Casey Lewis?
Mine's is pretty shit, to be honest. I mean, I can't really follow that, but mine's is basically like back up in Scotland. We live near a shit ton of horses. So I think there's about 15 horses that like can literally come up to pretty much the window, and just one time, one time, there was about, honestly, the full 15 horses must have came up to the window, and then like without anything going on, it was like there was just a very loud noise, and it was like almost like a gunshot, but I don't know what it was to this day. Maybe just a car's exhaust or something. But then after that, 15 horses like thundering, like their feet smashing the ground,
Oh, that's
running
pretty
away,
scary. Yeah, that's pretty scary.
running away. And I'm by myself in the house, so I go outside, and then I'm sure I saw something, and I had no idea what it was. But I don't think it was a ghost, because it was like a red kind of, the guy. It looked like a guy wearing a red coat.
Oh, so you saw
Anyway,
Satan.
That's
I
even
saw
creepier.
I saw
Santa.
I saw something. I saw something. So anyhow, I'm like, fuck this. I go in the house and I call my cousin, and because he lives nearby, and I was like, you're gonna have to come here because I'm fucking gonna get fucking caught up into bits just now. So anyway, he came up, and we just sat together for about an hour, and I was like, right, okay, I'm sure there's nothing fucking going on. We got in the car together, and we basically went for a drive around like the drive in this, like the place that we live, just to see if we could find anything, and we couldn't. And I went back and fell asleep, and then kind of nothing else happened after that. But yeah, fuck knows what that person was doing. But I don't know if it was potentially somebody trying to steal a horse, because there's a lot of gypsies like or travelers like to steal horses, and it could have just quite easily have been that. But yeah,
Let's keep it politically correct, please.
Liam,
God
do you
knows,
remember that?
God
Do
knows
you
what the
remember?
noise was.
Liam, do you remember that time you said you were going to go up to where Lewis lived with your red jacket and your rifle?
Yeah. I was just standing in the field with my binocs. One day he will be mine.
Casey?
Yeah, what about you, Casey?
Well, now I kind of feel like I'm gonna be like the one that needs help because
This one girl said she wanted commitment, and I was fucking terrified.
R.I.P.
That's a different type of terrified, to be honest, but yeah, it's terrifying. But now you guys know what sleep paralysis is?
Oh
Yeah,
yes, I've had that.
I suffer
Oh,
from sleep
shit.
paralysis.
Damn.
And the first time it ever happened was in college, in Canada, and I remember. Okay, so basically, what happens with sleep paralysis is basically it's usually when you're stressed out or really tired, and you're sleeping upright, and your body falls asleep,
Oh,
but you're still your eyes are open, your brain is still active. Um, and it's not like lucid dreaming where lucid dreaming is sort of like when you're in control, but sleep paralysis is like so basically you're basically laying there paralyzed but dreaming. Nothing is real, but you're
Yeah,
dreaming, but
yeah.
it feels real.
Mm.
It's like you're looking down on yourself, kind of thing.
No, you're still in your body. You're still in
Okay,
your
okay.
body.
Okay.
And but you can only move your eyes, but you can't move anything else because you're completely
Mm.
paralyzed. And so
Yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
happened, and instantly I was like, oh man, I can't fucking move. What the fuck's wrong with me? So I start panicking, and then I started from the corner of my eyes. I started seeing smoke coming from under my bedroom door into the room,
Mm.
and then I started hearing like whispering. And
Fuck.
from the corner of my eyes, I could see something crawling towards me on my floor.
Fuck.
And then this thing basically got closer to my ear and
Oh,
started
no,
whispering
no, no,
things in
no.
my ear. And
No, 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 no.
yeah,
And it
exactly.
said, "It's Liam."
Yeah.
And then I said, "Oh, hey, Leo."
No, that's fucking petrifying.
And
Honestly, that's my worst nightmare for sure.
yeah. So then I managed. You managed to like just like suddenly you're just forcing yourself out of your body, right? To like wake up. You're trying to scream, you can't scream. And then eventually, you finally it's all gone. You wake up and stuff. And up until like I've had that not often, but it's happened a couple of times. In fact, recently, a couple of months, I had it here. Um, I was extremely stressed out and stuff with things going on, and it happened again. And this time, um, something like walked over me and grabbed me and started pushing me into the heater, like literally slamming me into the heater.
God.
And so you're like experiencing this, but then you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm still in my bed. Like it's weird.
Yeah.
It's,
That's so fucking weird.
because I've only ever had that once, and I had to explain that was the reason why I was late to work.
Oh God.
That's a fucked up one to try and explain. Not
Yeah.
like not exact. Like I had the I've only ever had sleep paralysis once, and it wasn't as like fucked up as that. No offense. But it was literally like I was awake and I could see something in the corner of my room, like just something, and it was like moving towards me, and like obviously you can't move. So you're just seeing this thing walk towards you, like, and it looks fucking ominous when it's like this massive shape just coming towards you. And it's like you can't move. You just sit there and deal with it. But but when you can't move and like all of a sudden you're like when it does actually end and you're like, oh shit, I should have been up like half an hour ago, 45 minutes ago, and then you're like, so why were you late to work? I was like, sleep paralysis.
Yeah, exactly.
How much bullshit does that sound like to an employer?
I feel more prepared now that I've heard your story, because I always thought it was just like being unable to move. I never realized there was the kind of things moving towards you and getting thrown into radiators. But now I feel like if I was to experience it, I would have some sort of like understanding that this is
Yeah,
like,
people
okay.
usually have triggers. Like for example, like if you have a partner, you can tell them like if you see my eyes going like like fucking weird, then wake me the fuck up. Or for me it's I don't know, I haven't figured out a better one, but some people it's like look at the clock and then you're up. But I wish mine was that easy. But mine is literally like you just have to like imagine you're like pushing your soul out of your body, and then you just wake up. Like
Can you close your eyes? Like if you were to close your eyes, can you do that?
I can close my eyes. But
So then why don't you just close your eyes and not see what the fuck's going on?
Because that's even scarier. Then you can't hear. You could probably feel it getting closer to you. A lot of
yeah,
you
you
hear
can
it?
feel the breath. You can hear. It's
Okay.
It's-
And like the feeling that like, when you're being watched, and it's just when you feel that presence getting closer.
So you
Nah,
can
mate.
see, so you can hear and see, but you cannot.
yeah, it's
feel
like
it.
heightened senses in a way. But
Yeah.
remember, it's a dream, so it's like
Yeah.
whatever
And
is
it's
gonna
paralysis.
happen.
You cannot move even if you want to. Like even if like all logic dictates, I know this is not real. It won't trigger. It won't trigger
No.
until after it's happened.
Yeah.
So why
It's
is it
interesting.
though? Yeah, go on then.
So I was just going to say, it's interesting how all of this is like very common. Like the elements are always common. Like people, like even if you type in like sleep paralysis demon, it's all roughly the same shape, roughly the same size.
Wait,
Always like black.
Stop, Liam, shut up. Dan and Casey, describe what you saw. I want to see how common it is.
Unfortunately, I've never seen what it is.
Okay,
But
Dan,
the thing is, like, the only way I could describe it is like a burnt woman, if that makes any sense. Like her skin, like she's been through a fire, she's burnt, and
See, mine's a bit different. It's just a not like a shadow, but like a black outline that gets, and it's like not it. I wouldn't say it's exactly shaped like a person, but it is person shaped. So like you can see the arms, you can see the legs, blah blah blah. But it just this shape just moves towards you. But because you can never look at it directly, it's always in the corner of your eye, so you can never actually properly focus on it. You can see it's there, and you can see that it's getting closer and closer, and you can feel its presence getting closer to you as well.
So I've been reading the literature, and and there's 3 different ones that people have sort of grouped it into. So there's the hag, which is what Casey sort of described, the ghost, which is what Dan described, and the one that's going to visit Lewis tonight, the devil.
the red coat one.
No, behave, man. Behave. Don't jinx that kind of shit.
You've already seen it once. It's just time to return.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Everyone's sleeping with a nightlight tonight.
Yeah.
I've only ever had it once though, and I swear to God, if I get it tonight, I'm gonna be furious with all of you.
No, the thing is, like, you usually need to be like really stressed or really tired, and your body falls asleep before.
You guys are stressing me out. Don't worry.
No, I mean, no, it's not.
No.
Just don't sleep upright. Do you sleep upright?
No.
All right, then you're fine.
And I've had a few drinks. I'll be out of it.
So see the lights. Obviously, like if you can see shit in the corner of the room, your lights need to be on, or you need to have some light in. Do you not? What have you had like blackout curtains and you couldn't see anything?
No, your lights adjust. Your lights, your eyes adjust.
Yeah, but not to a complete dark room. So if you had full blackout curtains, you think you would be able to see anything?
But the thing is, remember, it's a dream, so like things change. Like it could be daylight, or
Oh, really? Okay, so it could actually. Oh, wow.
Best way I can describe it: if you think Freddy Krueger.
So it's almost like augmented reality.
In a way.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so jealous of people that can lucid dream. I'm like, fuck you guys. You're out there like fucking your dream woman, and I'm just getting fucking pushed into a fucking heater. Like, fuck you,
That's a super
but then the question would be, would you ever want to wake up?
After getting pushed into a heater, yeah.
No, if you could lucid dream. If you could lucid dream, why would you want to live? I mean, it's the same. Well, why would you want to be awake? Like, I mean, there's no reality if you can lucid dream.
Yeah, I mean, you got to go to your 9 to 5, otherwise you can't.
Yeah, but would
dream,
you?
right?
Would you? Or would you do that? Or would you just sleep?
I don't know. I don't think I would lucid dream because you have a point there. It takes away from life.
But this is the thing, because VR is going to get to the point where you can do that. Like you can just fuck anyone. You can fly. You can, lucid dreaming is never going to feel. When you wake up from a lucid dream, it's probably quite sort of like
depressing.
Yeah, but also it's like, oh yeah, that wasn't real life. It didn't feel, it sort of felt a bit, flaky.
Or you can see yourself from a third person.
I mean, you
Yeah.
could argue that real life is also fucking depressing. So, like,
Yeah, but at least you can feel it properly. You know, you can.
Not
sort
if
of
you're dead
there's logic
inside.
to it. Yeah, I guess so. But that's going to be the new problem. Is it's going to be like these Japanese shut-ins. Is people just like are not going to want to leave their flat. You know, once we get a proper metaverse where you can.
pretty sure we're there already, man.
Yeah, I get to an extent. Yeah. But it's going to be even more of a problem, you know.
Oh,
Once,
could you imagine
definitely.
if that was if you went into a meta universe and there was you were put into the middle of a horror film? Ooh,
I mean,
cool.
just imagine that's literally what VR chat is like right now. I remember the VR chat experience we had going into that one server. And it's like, all right, let's leave. Let's leave.
Let's leave. Yeah, there's some weird people out there. Let's just say.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
and if you're one of those weird people, drop us a comment on the video.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
like, favorite, and subscribe because
So we can-
appreciate you.
So we can link our psychologist to you. Comment.
We can give you a referral.
You can be the reason that Casey had his night terrors,
Yeah.
sleep paralysis, whatever.
No, I blame that on exams.
Yeah.
At
I'll blame
least that's
mine on
how the
moving out
first
for the
one
first
started.
time.
And you know what's funny? Like I had an ear infection, so which by the way I was studying music and I had my oh my god, you guys are gonna make fun of this. I had my oral exam.
Way.
Nice.
And so basically, you know, I had to listen to notes and say what and I'm forgetting the word of it.
G spot,
the distance
G sharp.
between two notes.
Octave.
But anyways, but when you have an ear infection, you're hearing tritones all of a sudden. So that made the dream even worse as people are whispering in your ear because you just hear this fucking dissonance. It's just fucking weird thinking about
Okay,
it.
using big words.
Somebody pointed something out. It's like horror films wouldn't actually be scary if you took the audio cues out.
Mm.
Like jump scares don't work without audio cues. I'd like to try it, but it would also be very boring.
I mean,
But-
yeah, you put a horror film on mute, it's not scary because the tension is the music.
Yeah, I noticed that I had to take a phone call and like whatever horror film I was watching was just the most scariest thing for it. Might have been The Nun.
Michael Jackson's This Is It.
It's just the behind the scenes of music video.
You fucking
No, it was just, and because I had to take the phone call and I had to be like serious and like answer questions on the phone call, it was like immediately the film was like not scary anymore, even though the action was still on. I still had the audio on a tiny bit, but it was just like all of a sudden my brain was like out of it. Whereas I think the music keeps you in it, it keeps your focus a lot more, and it sort of a lot of the manipulation is through the music to get you, to get you tense.
Well, yes, it builds the atmosphere.
Not
Yeah,
just
like-
horror movies.
Yeah,
I mean, any film. Well, that's why you get like people like composers and stuff built like the space movies and Lord of the Rings and stuff as well. Like,
it's true. Yeah, it's
like well, if you think of Return of the King, where for all those big fans, where they get Theoden to ride towards Minas Tirith, and
Or when they finally kiss in the end and Aerosmith starts playing.
Also, even films that are not really
link in the description, please. Sorry, link in the description for that video.
even the tenseful like the Rocky theme tune really does set.
yeah.
You know, I mean that's like the classic of
Yeah.
building suspense.
Yeah, it gets you pumped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even
More-
films that I would say aren't horrific, like I'm thinking Hereditary or Midsommar, like there's nothing actually. There's shocking stuff. There's no jump scares.
The
There's
beer.
yeah. There's no bloody sort of. There's no jump scares. There's no actual. Well, there is a bit in Hereditary, but there's no sort of horror. Generic horror element. But it's the music that freaks you out, like the dissonant music in Hereditary, like freaks you out. And in Midsommar, it sort of it makes you uneasy, and that is what freaks you out more than the actual what's going on, on screen.
See, they were two films I was very disappointed in.
I liked Hereditary, although it was weird.
I never understood the big deal about Hereditary. I didn't
haven't
think it
seen
was
it.
anything special.
I think Midsommar was a bit weird as well.
Midsummer was just messed up. I because we like a few of us watched that together. I thought that was that's probably what took the I guess not the horror out of it, but it's what made it less scary. I think because I watched it with a group, but
I think
yeah, I didn't find that anything too crazy. I just
we
found
wa-
it weird, not like a horror.
I
me
felt like
and-
they were trying to be too artsy with it.
yeah. Me and Casey watched it before going to Sweden, didn't we? Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
And then we ended
Wait,
up
was
in the
that-
woods in Sweden.
Wait, no, that was that. No, have you seen it twice then?
Not sure. Maybe.
Because I don't remember you guys going to Sweden after. Because we saw that as a group.
Pretty sure we watched that and went to Sweden, or did we watch another? No,
We watched it
We-
online.
no,
We
did watch
watched the
them.
hiking one.
The hiking.
Wow,
one,
Casey, I tried to
Uh,
not give it away, but you know.
We
Yeah,
watched.
because we watched Midsummer during lockdown.
Oh, what did we watch? We watched, a hiking one where they're in Sweden, and it wasn't as good. There was sort of like an elder god type situation. Spoilers, but I don't even remember what the film was called, to be honest. But that was.
I
it
think that
wasn't
was
as
no. I thought that was scarier than Midsummer.
good. It was
for, like, horror
scarier.
effect.
It was scary, but again, it was set at night. Do you know what I mean? It actually had. There was actually a monster, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but that scene when they go under like the attic
Oh
and
yeah.
all those. Yeah, that was. Nah, man. It's like that Resident Evil scene where she's like trying to get to the last door and like all the nurses are there, and she can't use her light. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I can't remember that for
In the
life.
film,
Yeah, in the film.
the first one.
No, Sirens. I can't remember.
Oh, I found the name of the
Silent
film.
Hill.
Silent
No.
Hill. Oh yeah, Silent Hill. Yeah, I found the name of the film we watched. It was called The Ritual, 2017.
Mm.
Nice.
But yeah, that was okay.
Okay, I think to be honest, I think it's probably time we wrap up soon. But I have one last hypothetical that
Okay.
that I'd like to know. So, have you guys had to choose between like a prime top of his game serial killer or an evil demon chasing you? Would you choose
Jesus.
Would you choose the spirit, or would you choose the serial killer as your preferred chaser?
I
I
think
feel
it
like-
depends on the killer.
Top of
No,
his
I
game,
feel-
prime.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
Nah.
like which killer? Because if it's like Freddy Krueger where he haunts your sleep, or if it's Jigsaw where he'll torture you, or is it
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jason? Or is it Jeffrey Dahmer will eat you or drug you and then like strangle you and have to.
I think that's what you mean with serial killers, right? Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. I mean, I
Oh,
suppose it doesn't really matter what happens once you're dead.
Definitely
You-
fucking
you-
yeah, but it's the build up to it. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. So what do you
But are
choose?
we-
Serial killer, because I can easily kill that. I can't really kill a demon.
Yeah, but you can. There's always ways to counter a demon. Like you chuck a bit of holy water on them, or you say a couple of prayers. Like you'll
Casey,
get.
you've
I
played
mean, how many times are
Phasmophobia.
you gonna? How many times are you gonna? Like, yeah, that was just literally me screaming, "The power of Christ compels you! The power of Christ compels you!"
You've played Phasmophobia. You know that when the ghost comes, we lock Liam in the room and then run away.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Leaves me to fend for myself.
Ah,
Why is the door locked? Why is the door locked?
why am I dying?
Well, to be fair, it's always the ghost that locks the door.
I pulled a good prank on Casey the first time we played Phasmophobia.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that wasn't a prank. You literally.
And, we were playing on Discord. I just muted myself as soon as I died.
Oh
Casey-
man,
Casey's on his own with my dead body.
I was freaking out, yo. I just left. I was like, fuck this, I'm out. Like any sane person would be.
But I think serial killer because you can see it coming, whereas the demon will fuck you up mentally.
Yeah, you can sort of set up a sort of predator scenario. You know, you can start setting traps up. And
Are we
you
talking
can-
Home Alone?
Yeah, Home Alone. That's the better example. Yeah, you can sort of fight on your own ground, whereas a demon can just there's no rules. There might be some religious element to it, but you never know. You might get a Jewish demon, and then the sort of crucifix ain't really going to work, is it? So
You should use David Starr instead.
The thing is, I think you're coming at this knowing that the serial killer is out to get you, whereas a lot of these prime good serial killers will not give you any clue at all. that they're out to get you. Like they'll
Able to
invite you
see.
around for drinks or whatever.
No,
And,
but there's gonna be social cues. I mean, like with Ted Bundy, it's like you guys know that story with Blondie, right? You know the band Blondie?
Yeah, I know that.
It's an 80s band.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Well,
yeah.
And the lead singer is Blondie. And so she was walking home from a gig, and Ted Bundy pulls up in his buggy and, offers her a ride. And she's like, all right, cool. So she opens the door, almost gets in, but notice there's no door handle on the inside of the freaking door. So, of course, she's fucking street smart. She's like, nah, fuck that. And that's how she didn't end up as one of the fucking dead.
So
Wait, Debbie Harry was close to being a Ted Bundy murder victim.
Yep. I don't know if that's a myth, but that's the story.
we're gonna find out right now.
Oh shit! Yeah, she wrote in her biography that during the early 70s, the serial killer Ted Bundy lured her into his car in New York, but she escaped.
Mhm.
The vehicle had been stripped on the inside and missing the passenger door handle.
wow.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
And on that note, I think it's time we wrap this up.
What a lovely.
I mean, she
Yeah,
escaped, so it is.
Yeah, she escaped.
Yeah, leave it on a good note and keep it ominous as well.
See, I was always going to ask
Ooh,
the
hold on.
famous Scream question of what's your favorite scary movie?
Oh, go on then.
I'm going to say Paranormal Activity. I really did.
Is it because of the fun memories when you watched it in cinema?
Walking 40 minutes to and fro. Loved it.
Yeah. Go on, Casey, or go, Casey. Go on, Casey.
Hold on.
I'm bored.
I'm going to go.
Sorry,
It's
go on, Casey.
No, I can't remember the name for some reason now, but it's such a good movie.
Obviously.
Not The Shining. It's another classic. Shit.
Describe it.
Poltergeist. Poltergeist.
Yeah.
They're here.
Or Amityville horror.
I like Amityville horror. But Lewis, what's yours?
Help! My ass is haunted.
Is that another?
We didn't even get a serious answer.
What's his favourite DVD? Let him off. Can I just to go back to something for a second?
It's fine, guys. I didn't want to give mine anyway.
Oh, sorry,
Jesus.
Dan. Dan, I know yours.
Yeah, we don't want to hear it either.
Jesus.
Go on,
Wait,
Dan.
what do you think mine is?
It's gone out of my brain now. Not Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The other one.
It's probably not.
Go on then, Dan. Task.
It's Scream.
Oh,
I'm a fan of Scream because it's the original spoof of a horror film that's also a horror film.
yeah, and then you've got spoofs on top of that.
Scary movie.
Scary movie, yeah. So just to go back to something.
There's loads. There's The Sexorcist, The Texas Fucksaw Massacre.
Okay, Liz, we don't need to pay your DVD collection.
We don't need your DVD collection.
So going just quickly.
Wait, one on that one.
Oh my God.
XXXorcist.
That's clever.
He has
I like
blatantly Googled these and he's reading the list out now. I'm calling you out.
So
not at all.
just to loop this back to last week. So I've read this last week and I didn't quite realise.
Is it The Leprechaun?
Oh, what a film, by the way. But
Warwick Davis.
So
throwback to last week as well.
Yeah.
Sorry,
last week we were talking about Angela Lansbury, right? And we're just talking about how Blondie almost didn't happen due to Ted Bundy. I read this last week and I didn't put two and two together, but Angela Lansbury, I think her daughter or a stepdaughter started talking to some like homeless guy in America when they lived in LA. And turns out, so they moved to Ireland to escape like this creepy guy to get her daughter away from the influence. That guy turned out to be Charles Manson.
No way!
So Angela Lansbury and her daughter almost were Manson victims, but they flew away.
Oh,
wow!
Seriously?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to verify this.
Yeah, check it out. But no.
I don't not believe you. I'm intrigued about the story.
Well, on that note, too positive. Escaping. I'm going to escape as well into my bed, and I will bid everyone a farewell.
Sleep tight, Casey. Don't let the sleep paralysis demon bite.
I fucking hate you.
Right. Good night, everyone.
Good
Thanks
night.
on for watching. Like, subscribe, all
And
that good shit.
happy Halloween, everyone. Woo!
Ah, ah, ah.